Getting art training into the hands of everyone may be tough this summer with the announcement that the SUCC organization is $600,000 short. The nonprofit offers arts and cultural experiences through a summertime program, but between now and then, it needs to raise enough to cover the huge shortfall. SUCC says the pandemic, a transition in leadership, and construction delays on a brand new location have led to this financial issue. And if they can't raise the money by summer, they say they may have to cut program hours.
We've come to rely on SUCC throughout the summer, and we certainly don't want to see SUCC have to close its doors for the summer in order to get through this hump.
Organizers are hoping to raise the funds needed by June. Donations for the first $50,000 and last $50,000 raised will be matched. You can learn more about helping at KSAT.com.
Outside with Live Cam. Now, I know you guys think I'm a little off sometimes, but I swear I was driving home 281 going north, and just past the airport, I saw bluebonnets over on the side.
Already?
Unless my eyes are
You
playing
believe
tricks
it?
on me.
No, man, you're good.
Did I really?
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine. That's a completely legitimate observation. We are starting to see those wildfires pop up, and the bluebonnets too. Spring.
Yeah, I did.
Not quite. Spring is definitely starting to take shape here. The aquifer is down 0.6 of a foot today at 641.4. Don't like that, nor do we like this pollen count. I mentioned oak, 250 moderate. Everything else on there is low. Heat today, then some thunderstorms on Thursday. We'll talk about it coming up.
Time for SA Live's Question of the Day.
Yes, indeed. And Oscars coming up Sunday.
That's right. So we want you to scan that QR code and let us know what are the biggest Oscar snubs this year. What about for you guys?
I mean, there's always something that, somebody's like, oh, they're really mad. Why didn't they get nominated? What about y'all? I hear Dave kind of grumbling.
But it took me a while to think of it. I mean, with all the hype that Barbie got, they kind of got snubbed, didn't they? Not that was a Oscar-worthy movie, but they sure got a lot of hype about that movie.
I disagree. I think it was a worthy snub. Like,
Interesting.
Well deserved.
Wow. Sorry.
I mean,
Interesting.
Margot Robbie, for instance, she was fantastic as Barbie, but that's Margot Robbie. She wasn't acting.
True.
She's kind of sort of perfect.
I mean, that raises questions. Not everybody can get nominated, so
Yeah, that's true.
not everybody can win.
I was thinking the guy who played Ken should have been nominated, because that was a stretch. What's it, Gosling?
he was nominated.
He was nominated.
We're hearing from Offset that yes, he was nominated.
He was. All right.
Okay, well, maybe Barbie didn't get snubbed.
Okay,
as much
Leonardo
as I thought.
DiCaprio is my
Yeah,
second
that's my
choice.
second one.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
For Killers of the
Killers
Flower
Moon, he got snubbed.
And mine would be Bradley Cooper, not as a director.
Yeah.
Didn't get it for Maestro. That was a wonderful movie,
That
and the
was.
makeup on it and
again,
everything.
What acting in that movie?
Oh, yes, fantastic. So, again, everybody's got one.
Everybody's got something. So scan that QR code, weigh in, and let us know, and you may see your answer on SA Live.
And this is kind of previewing our big Oscar show here Friday.
Yes.
At historic Market Square. We get to get all gussied up.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Thank you, guys. I still
right.
can't believe you went to the Barbie movie.
I didn't. I just know they got snubbed.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet.
I could not picture you in the audience at all.
No, I haven't.
Okay, I will bet that our friend Justin Horn went to the Barbie movie with some little girls.
Nope.
No way.
I didn't go.
You're waiting for it to come out on
Listen,
streaming?
I hardly have time to even watch TV, much less a movie these days. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know what's nominated for. I mean, there's Trolls on there. I don't know.
That was the thing about Oppenheimer. It's like you got to take a lunch to see that movie.
I did
It's
see
like,
Oppenheimer, and I did love it.
oh, okay. So you
Did
did
see
go to a
that
movie.
one.
That was
I
a
know
3-hour
that.
movie.
And that was nominated for a lot of
It was good. It was good. I love history, but that was awesome. All right. Well, is cold air history? That's a question we got to ask. It certainly feels that way as temperatures are really starting to warm up. Let me show you the forecast for today. 87 at 2 o'clock, 88 at 3 p.m., 89 at 4 o'clock. And we're seeing winds out of the southwest anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's a warming wind. It's going to be a warm afternoon. Now, if there's any solace to any of this, it's that At least it's a dry heat. There's that. Dew points will be down, so it'll feel more like a deserty type hot day versus a hot and humid day. 84 at 7 o'clock, 80 at 8 p.m. We're down into the 60s by midnight, and we'll make our way down into the low 60s by tomorrow morning. Fun fact, though, looks like we'll be one of the warmest places, if not the warmest place, in the country today. These are the high temperatures across the United States. Now, keep in mind, places like Cotulla, Del Rio, Eagle Pass will be a little bit warmer than San Antonio, so they'll probably take the award here. But South Texas, for sure, is going to be the warmest place in the country, over places like Orlando and Miami, which will be in the 80s, but not as warm as us. So a dubious distinction there. 84 right now. And we've got light winds. Humidity is way down, 38%. You can see that's that dry air allowing us to really warm up. It's very efficient at warming up. And we started off with dew points in the 60s this morning, and then the dry line came through and dew points just fell off. So this afternoon we'll keep dew points in the 30s and 40s. That is dry air. And so the evening should be really nice once those temperatures start to come down a little bit. Let me show you the big picture here. We've got storms out over parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. That's a storm system that's moving east. So most of Texas is clear and quiet. There is the dry line. Of course, yes, it has moved through at this point. So that's the dry and hot scenario that we have going on this afternoon. Now, there is a frontal boundary, and this front inches a little bit closer to us tomorrow morning. Does it move through? I don't think so. It probably hits the brakes and then starts to move back to the north. There's a warm front. So it doesn't give us a lot, but it will be a little bit cooler tomorrow. We'll have more clouds, more humidity, and that will keep temperatures down ever so slightly. Then we focus in on Thursday. Thursday is the day where things start to change. We'll get some drizzle in the morning, and then we'll start to see some thunderstorms developing during the afternoon. I don't know that we see a lot during the day, but I want to fast forward to Friday morning. So overnight Thursday into early Friday, showers and storms a possibility. This model doesn't show a whole lot, but I think the opportunity is there to see some storms, and the Storm Protection Center does have parts of Texas within a severe weather risk. So this darker yellow you see here, that's on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 2, and that leaks down into parts of the hill country, and then here in San Antonio, around a 1. Bottom line, there's a risk for an isolated storm that could be strong to severe during this time period. And that, again, is Thursday night, Friday morning. Hail and gusty winds would be the main threats. Are we going to see a lot of rain out of this? Short answer is no. If you get underneath the thunderstorm, perhaps you pick up more than 1/10 of an inch. But on average, there's not going to be much rain associated with this storm system, just to hit or miss with the thunderstorms. So 84 tomorrow, 78 Thursday, fog and drizzle early, then a 40% chance of storms Thursday night and Friday morning. We clear out, dry out by Thursday afternoon, and look at the weekend. Now, this is the payoff. 67 Saturday, 68 Sunday, morning lows in the 40s with sun. Yes, we lose an hour of sleep, but man, you can't beat that kind of forecast.
Well, I'll be waking up early to enjoy this weekend. Thank you.
You got it.
Hey, the Spurs just down I-10 looking for their third win in a row, but maybe without Wembanyama. And a treat for college volleyball fans last night at the Convo on the campus of UTSA. Hey, the Spurs back on the road tonight, coming off a 2-game winning streak over a couple of quality teams. And just when you thought they could get a real roll going, this happened. Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama questionable for tonight's game against the Rockets. He's suffering from soreness in his left shoulder. It looks like he got hurt right there by Miles when Miles grabbed him on the left arm. He's called for the foul, but Wemby over there to the scores table, grabbing the elbow, then grabbing that shoulder, and he starts rubbing it a little bit. You can see he's in some pain. It all happened with 3:29 left in the game. Spurs beat the Pacers in that one, 117-105. Wemby hit his free throws after that foul, stayed in the game for a bit, but he checked out for good with 51 seconds left in the game. Victor hasn't missed a game since January 19th when he sat out against Charlotte in the first game of those back-to-backs to protect that right ankle that he sprained in Dallas in late December when he stepped on a ball boy's foot while warming up. And congratulations to Victor. He was named February Rookie of the Month, winning the Western Conference honor for the second straight month. Wemby against Indiana had 31, 12 boards, 6 assists, 6 blocks, 31 minutes. He's the third rookie in NBA history to record 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks, joining guess who? Tim Duncan and David Robinson. And he also showed that he's a leader, keeping his composure when the Pacers briefly took the lead in the third. he knows he has to keep his cool down the stretch.
Of course, I mean, every team needs some people they need to rely on, and sometimes it's the coach or the players, and but of course it's for me, there's no way to lose my composure or even send a negative image to my teammates. Even when I miss, I don't shake my head. I don't don't send any bad messages to my teammate. Keep that to myself.
Okay, once again, the last check, he was questionable, which means there's a chance he could play. The Spurs will face the Rockets tonight, 7 o'clock. Julian Champagnie is questionable with a right ankle sprain as well. All right, let's take it to UTSA. This was a thriller for fans. UTSA volleyball hosted the two-time defending national champion Texas Longhorns. It was a spring exhibition match at the Convocation Center last night. The house was packed to watch the Roadrunners and the Longhorns. Texas won 2 sets, and then they won the first 2 sets, and UTSA took the third set, but Texas won it 3-2. They actually led 3-1 and played the 5th set just to give the fans a show, and what a show they gave the fans last night. All right, so let's stay on the campus, go from inside to outside. The UTSA football team opening up spring football yesterday. A little different atmosphere for head coach Jeff Traylor. This is the first spring camp without former star players Rashad Wisdom and Frank Harris.
Well, Frank was here, and I told him it was just like last year during spring. He was just standing around watching. So nothing's different so far. That's what we did last spring. But yeah, just him not being the team meeting, him not being on the front row, it's different. We had those 2 kids, right beside each other in team meetings wearing 0 for 4 straight years from me.
Yeah, and there's going to be some serious competition when it comes to battling for those coveted single-digit jersey. Remember, that was a big thing. It's how you work and how hard you work, and if you're ready to go, you earn yourself a single digit.
Competition is good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, coming up. A social media scam you need to hear about. It preys on people's fear that their loved one is in trouble. A simple click, though, can lead to a lot of problems. We'll explain.
And bloated late fees may be a thing of the past. A look at the effort that's capping those credit card fees.
Welcome back. As voters head to the polls on this Super Tuesday, you might see some high school students at voting sites who are working as elections clerks.
Tiffany Huerta shows us how local schools are teaching young people the power of the vote and getting involved in the process.
My grandma, probably 80s, 90s, used to be a poll worker for a long time at Lanier High School. And so I remember as a kid going to visit her, and then when she needed help, my mom would sometimes work with her as well.
Heather Eichling became passionate about elections and became a poll worker in 2016. Last year, the San Antonio residents started the nonprofit Youth Do Vote.
We've been building lots of partnerships with school districts, individual schools, and teachers and nonprofits.
The organization focuses on building a nonpartisan network of schools, students, and local nonprofits to spread awareness on voting education, voter registration, and recruitment of student election clerks.
Tomorrow's election, we have 8 high school students that are going to be working the elections.
In Texas, high school students who are 16 years of age or older have the opportunity to participate in the electoral process by serving as elections clerks.
It's a great opportunity for students to start learning early, even before they're eligible to register. They can start learning what it takes to run an election.
Heather hopes to continue working with more schools in San Antonio.
We're investing in these relationships with school districts to really help them, get them the resources, the information that they need.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
And yes, KSAT.com is your Election Day headquarters this Super Tuesday. So if you're looking for ballot information and polling locations, all you got to do is scan that QR code right there on your screen. It'll take you to election section of our website. And stay with us on air and online all day and all throughout the evening as the votes are being counted.
We're going to be checking out the lines at the polling locations later on today. You might want to bring a little umbrella because the sun is out. There's not a cloud in the sky, Justin.
And temperatures are they keep rising. We're at 86 now, so these numbers are going to be awful warm this afternoon. That is a guarantee. And I think we're going to see quite a few 90s on the map by the time we get to, say, 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. We got to do our countdown. We're 34 days away from the total solar eclipse. Today's fun fact, the eclipse path of totality will have an average width of 108 miles. We're lucky enough to be within that 108 mile path. Of course, parts of the area, northwest San Antonio and the Hill Country, you may say to yourself, well, that seems rather large. Well, it is, unless you look at it from a global scale. That's actually a really small path. And again, the odds of being in that path are fairly small, but we're winning the eclipse lottery this year, so it looks good. 34 days away. And folks are ready. Take a look at this picture that just came in on our KSAT Connect. Yes, we are excited about the upcoming eclipse. Got the t-shirts, solar glasses, photo filters, and they are pumped. They are definitely ready, and you want to start making preparations now because there's going to be a lot of people in town, a lot of visitors coming to check it out. Okay, rain chances. We've got some coming up Thursday and Friday, Thursday night especially into Friday morning. But I promised to look ahead to spring break. And right now, it's still a little early to get into any specific details. But as we look into early in the middle part of next week, say Tuesday into Wednesday, we're going to have another shot at some showers and storms. And we're getting to more of a spring-like pattern. So we could see some more spring-like storms by the middle part of next week. Something to keep in mind if you're going to be around San Antonio for spring break. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. The U.S. Supreme Court temporarily halting a new Texas law that would allow local and state police to arrest migrants for entering the country illegally. 4 days ago, a lower Texas court blocked the law from going into effect. Then over the weekend, a Louisiana appeals court upheld it, and then it's on pause again today, just hours after the Justice Department asked the High Court to step in and stop it yesterday afternoon. Supreme Court did so. That law was to go into effect in Texas on Saturday. A Georgia State Senate committee calling its first witnesses in the investigation of the Fulton County District Attorney. Fani Willis ran on the promise to convict our former president, Donald Trump, for election fraud. But now she is accused of misconduct. Ashley Merchant, defense attorney for one of the Trump co-defendants, launched the allegations in court, saying that Willis hired her paramour as the lead prosecutor in the case and profited from the deal. While that claim is awaiting a final judgment with a judge, Merchant's allegations now go before the state Senate. She is the first person to be issued a subpoena by this committee.
Another effort to fight those so-called credit card junk fees. A new rule caps late fees at $8. The new rule aims to close a 2010 loophole that allowed credit card companies to jack up fees when borrowers made late payments. More than 45 million are charged late fees on credit cards each year, charged with late fees on credit cards each year. That is according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Regulators say people could now save an average of $220 a year.
The White House says it's going to crack down on price gouging across several industries. It has launched something that would promise to root out illegal and unfair price hikes for prescription drugs, healthcare, groceries, and housing. The White House also working to finalize a rule that gives ranchers and farmers more leverage when they're trying to negotiate contracts with meat packers. Right now, the Biden administration is focusing on pocketbook issues that affect day-to-day life. It's a topic that he's going to touch on during the State of the Union address on Thursday.
Eating at least 2 or 3 cups of yogurt a week could lower your chance of developing type 2 diabetes. The Food and Drug Administration just approved the yogurt industry to make that claim. It comes from studies that link eating more yogurt to a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. The problem is those studies only measured associations and not causation. So in other words, it's possible that people who ate more yogurt also made healthy choices like exercising more. The FDA is requiring manufacturers to note there is limited scientific evidence to support the claim about yogurt.
A 6-week audit of quality control at Boeing is showing that there are several issues the Federal Aviation Administration wants addressed. The audit comes after the in-flight door plug blowout on an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 in January. FAA investigators found non-compliance issues in multiple areas of Boeing's operation. This is in addition to a separate report that found gaps in Boeing's safety culture earlier last month. The FAA gave Boeing 90 days to produce a quality improvement plan to fix these issues and to also address the findings of both the latest audit and the earlier report.
A scheme on the rise in targeting Facebook users. It's called malicious tagging. ABC's Becky Worley explains how it could put your personal information at risk.
Janice Swafford says she thought a friend sent her a news article on Facebook.
There was a message, oh no, I can't believe it, that he died or they died. And then there was a link that you clicked on. And of course, right away, my thought was, who died?
Reacting to the emotion the message evoked, she says she clicked on the link. But this one was fake.
Then all of a sudden, I started getting all kinds of Facebook messages on Messenger from my friends telling me I had been hacked.
She then received a Facebook message from an unknown person offering to secure her account for $100. But she quickly realized it was a scam. Called malicious tagging or provocative social media post scams, experts say this is becoming common, either sent through Facebook Messenger or posted on your wall, like this one reading, "Look who died in an accident."
With artificial intelligence, the ability to script the creation of these is the risk that's increasing right now.
And if you click on one of these malicious links,
that hacker now can see what you're doing on your computer. They'll basically it's called a back door because they're coming in and out the back door and they're watching what you're doing. They can now capture keystrokes as you log into your banking applications, as you log into your airline flights.
And experts say the scammers can also scan for websites that you frequent and have saved passwords. Luckily for Janice, she sensed something was off and didn't send the scammer money. But she says she learned a valuable lesson.
Do not click on a link you don't know because it can cause a lot of havoc.
Think before you click. That's what our IT guys are always telling us, for sure. Texas wildfires, they are still burning. Days after they started spreading, and now there are allegations about what might have sparked them. It's after the break.
While crews are working to contain those huge wildfires in the Panhandle, there's a new fear that even when those fires are put out, it'll impact the country in a big way.
ABC's Mirella Villarreal with the shortages this fire may be creating and the impact it could have on many of us, as well as a new lawsuit that alleges it's all the fault of a power company.
The battle to contain the Smokehouse Creek wildfire rages on. These stunning satellite images released by Maxar capturing the toll of the wildfires. Photos showing the once vibrant landscape now blackened earth in Fritch, Texas. Now, the first lawsuit has been filed in the wake of the wildfires. A woman suing power company Xcel Energy and 2 other utilities, saying a wooden pole defendants failed to properly inspect snapped off at its base, adding powered utility lines hit the ground, igniting a fire. Now, 2 of those companies responding to that lawsuit. Xcel Energy saying there has been no official determination of cause or causes for the fires, while Osmos saying that they are committed to fully cooperating with any other local investigations into the cause of the fire.
Where is the hay coming from? The hay's coming from all over the state.
Shay Mesnard's Bait Shack in Fritch, Texas is now a donation hub for victims of the wildfires. Authorities are now estimating that thousands of cattle have been killed as a result of the fires, potentially impacting the nation's beef supply.
There is no grass on the ground for them to eat, so hay is of dire importance.
If you don't get the hay to the livestock, what happens here?
The meat market dies.
Need some rain, Justin.
Yes,
some
we do.
rain. Those folks up there need a lot.
They need a lot. And hopefully things get better, but it is still very dry up there in the Texas Panhandle. Hey, real quick, I want to show you the traffic maps. We just got a tweet from KSAT San Antonio that said Guadalupe County, an early morning crash has traffic on I-10 westbound, west of FM 1518 at a standstill. And they're saying you want to use an alternate route. Now, our traffic map isn't showing a lot of backups here, but there is the incident as you're coming into Bexar County. So I just want to pass that along if you're coming out of Seguin this afternoon. Almanac for today, 84 is the high so far, 57 the low. We're already at 84. It's 13 degrees above average, and we're going higher this afternoon. Maybe not near that, at that record, but potentially into the 90s. Another look at that forecast is coming up.
All right, Ursula, here we go. We're creeping up to, I think, 90. I think we're going to get 90. It's 87 right now.
I kind of made a bet with Adam Caskey last night that we were going to hit 90 today. So I think, we got a lot of afternoon to go.
Yep.
Part of it, I think, is wish casting. We're like, hey, we put 89. It just feels a little bit better. But,
exactly.
I don't want to get
more
there.
Comfortable.
You guys may very well be correct. I mean, at this rate, 90 seems like a decent bet, and a lot of places are going to be right around that number this afternoon, if not warmer. Not only do we have to deal with the heat, we also got to deal with oak. I want to bring this back one more time, show you the oak season graph. So if you have questions here, oak season tends to peak in early April. So we're not quite to the peak yet, but we're certainly seeing the rise. We're seeing that number at 250 today in moderate, which isn't huge, but you can see the oak trees just kind of getting ready to explode here. So we know the numbers are going to go up. And again, that peak April 1st, early April, around that time, and everything turns yellow, and you know the drill. So oak season, yes, it is upon us, and we saw our first moderate count today. High temperatures, yes, we have 89, but entirely possible we get to 90 today. Castroville 90, 88 Somerset, 88 Devine. It's hot no matter where you go. We are seeing the dew point starting to come down, and so drier air is shifting in, and that's one of the reasons we're getting as warm as we are. Drier air is just more efficient at heating up. And we have perfectly blue skies, lots of sun. 84 New Braunfels, 83 Seguin, 82 in Bernie, 83 right now in Kerrville, and humidity levels are really dropping off. There's a dry line. So it's kind of advanced past San Antonio at this point. And keep in mind, the dry line is a separation between dry desert air and humid Gulf moisture air. So it separates the two. And as it pushes east, you get that dry and hot air that works in, and that's why temperatures will be as hot as they are. Now we get a cold front that gets close to our neck of the woods by tomorrow morning, but it doesn't have the push to make it all the way through. So then it's warm and humid as we head into tomorrow afternoon, and then by Thursday, then we'll start to get some isolated thunderstorms popping up. I think we'll get some drizzle in the morning, but as a storm system approaches from the west, that's where we start to get some storms developing right along that front. And this is Friday morning. By mid-morning Friday, this front's through and we clear out. But it's during that time frame, Thursday night, Friday morning, that I think we could see a few strong to severe storms. And this is something we're definitely going to keep an eye on. This darker yellow here, that represents more scattered risk of severe weather. The lighter yellow, isolated risk. And San Antonio's within that isolated risk. But hail and gusty winds would be the main threats. If we see any severe storms, they're going to be few and far between, but there is a chance that we could see a couple strong storms. Now, this is just updated, and the models are maybe trying to put a little more rain in our area, not much. This is still up to 1/10 of an inch. I think that still stands. So we're not looking for a lot of rain out of this, but hopefully we can get something. We do need it. That is for sure. So 84 coming up tomorrow, 78 Thursday, 79 Friday. There's that 40% chance rain, and the weekend looks fantastic. 67 Saturday, 68 Sunday, morning lows in the 40s. We'll be right back.
All right, so we had the question of the day, but I didn't see any food of the day out there, so I'm a little worried.
Fear not. Do not worry.
Yes. We were hoping.
Yeah, we got you covered there. But first, you got to do a little exercise to then earn that food.
That's right. Check this out. We have square dancing on the show today.
Yep, the Alamo Area Square and Round Dance Association is here. We're going to tell you all about that, a little demonstration, and it includes a lot of different dances. All right, kind of the other end of the spectrum.
Yes, all right. You ready to be the cool kid in the house? We're going to tell you how you can be a part of a DJ camp and how much fun would your kids have there.
Oh, yes, indeed. And Jen is out live, and she basically, I guess you could say, has an axe to grind.
Yes, channel your inner Viking here at Class Axe Throwing. Go ahead, Samantha, show us how it's done. Whoa! Yes, she just hit a zombie. That is one of many games they have here, and they have a big deal for SA Live viewers. Stick around.
All right, David wanted food. How about some popcorn? Look at this, all for St. Patrick's Day. The different flavors in there, Lucky Charms.
We're going to make that in addition to some seasonal Easter popcorn flavors. And this is a great idea maybe if you have an Oscar party coming up.
Indeed, because you got to have popcorn when you go to the movies. Speaking of which, Oscars, the snubs.
Yes.
Everybody gets mad when they don't get nominated.
So scan that QR code and weigh in, and we'll continue the show live here from Historic Market Square.